Good morning all. On behalf of Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Dr.M.G.R Educational and Research Institute, I would like to welcome that today's session speaker, Mr. Vinod Senthil. And I'm very happy to say he's the person whenever we ask to take a session for us, immediately accept and he'll always with us. Thank you, Vinod, for joining with us today. With this, I just hand over the session to Mrs. Kripa Devi, Assistant Professor of our department. Kripa, take over the session, please.
Yeah, good afternoon to everyone. Am I audible? Yeah. Okay. Okay. To be inspired is great, but to be an inspiration is an honor. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the resource person for this 5 days ATAL FDP on cyber security using ML practical applications, organized by Department of CSC, Dr.M.G.R Educational Research Institute, Chennai. Our resource person, Mr. T. Vinod Senthil, founder, managing director, and chief technical officer at infySEC, Chennai. Mr. Vinod is an ethical hacker and loves technology. He is often called as James Bond in real life by the IT community. For more than 15 years now, he has contributed to the development of robust cybersecurity and ethical hacking infrastructure in India. He has trained 60,000 plus students and professionals from reputed universities and multinational corporates, respectively. He was personally congratulated by Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft in 2004, by David Filo, founder of Yahoo in 2005, and by Mr. Rangasamy, ex-Chief Minister Pondicherry in 2007. He won Symantec Corporation's Trade Secret Award for prevention of mobile botnets. He has trained the intelligence agencies not just in India, but also in Maldives, Dubai, Australia, US, etc. He was recognized as one of the top 25 CEOs in India by Business Connect, an online journal for the business community, in 2019. He might be a CEO of a successful company today, but deep down, he is a passionate, inquisitive hacker with his hood on, awake at night, calm, cool, and collected, researching and developing cybersecurity, which he considers as sole purpose in life. Today, we are privileged to have an opportunity to listen to him this afternoon. On behalf of all gathered here, I welcome you, sir. You can take over the session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. It was indeed a wonderful introduction, and I totally appreciate the time and efforts that's gone behind preparing this introduction. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you,
so,
sir.
Yeah, I'm just sharing my screen. Can you all please confirm me if my screen is visible?
Yes, I will let you know that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's visible.
All right, excellent. Okay, wonderful. So today the topic that was allotted to me or given to me was cybersecurity with artificial intelligence and machine learning, right? So we are quite aware what AI and ML already are, right? And majority of the audience here in this particular session are majorly experienced people, maybe of doctorates, HODs, staffs, and maybe a little of students as well, right? So it's likely a mix of participants. However, I carry experience on cybersecurity front, right? And whenever you talk about cybersecurity, there are majorly two classifications there. One is the offensive, the other one is the defensive, right? What do you mean offensive? Offensive is exactly like what an attacker does, right? So he goes offensive, right? He tries to break in systems, he tries to attack systems, etc. And the other one is a defensive system. A defensive system is, for every step an attacker takes for offensive, there is a defense mechanism that is put in place to avoid or prevent that attack being successful, correct? So you have offense and you have defense, right? And I believe the world's best security administrator is the best ethical hacker. I repeat, the world's best security administrator is the best ethical hacker. Why do I believe that? Number one, I believe that firmly because, number one, uh, I'm sure most of you would have heard of this popular saying. They say the police cannot catch hold of the thief if he does not know how the thief will rob. I repeat, a police cannot catch hold of a thief if the police does not know how the thief will rob, right? So the police has to know how the thief robs. He has to know the so-called tricks of the trade, isn't it, right? So only then you can equip yourself. Only when you know how an attack happens, you know how to prevent it, right? Okay. uh, I'll just walk you through on this quick slide. A quick round of introduction about me. My name is Vinod Senthil, popularly known as Vino in this domain on cybersecurity. I'm known for doing some research around key aspects on cybersecurity, including of finding zero-day vulnerabilities and bug bounty programs. Right, and I'm also author for close to around 13 cybersecurity courses, and I also have won the world's largest information security hackathon certifications. Meaning, in 2013, I conducted a workshop, right? And it was considered as the world's largest physical workshop, where we had close to 9,800 participants assembled in one location. And the interesting part, each of the participants who attended the program was a hacker who was trying to break into my system. So what I do, I have created an environment which is vulnerable for them to attack, right? So that's about this slide. And interestingly, I also have quite a few certifications. And last year, I'm talking about last before year December, right? In 2019 December, I was also awarded by the Business Connect magazine as India's top 25 most valuable startup CEOs award, right? So I feel really proud of that particular award out of all of the rest. So this is a quick background about me and what I do. Let me show this. This is a very interesting slide, and I want you all to understand this, right? It talks about 0 days and bug bounties. What is a 0 day? Okay, I'm sure most of you might know what is a 0 day, but for the benefit of all, I'll just repeat. 0 day means, say for example, you are a developer of an application. You're a company like Cisco or Microsoft or something like that big, right? And you have an application developed, you have a product with you. And imagine, correct? Imagine I, as a third party attacker, find a bug on the particular system, right? Now I can exploit that bug, but not everyone can exploit, number one, right? When I say bug, I'm talking about a vulnerability. Vulnerability is a bug that exists on a system. What is exploit? Exploit means I take advantage of that and hack into it. Majorly, vulnerability and exploit are these. Now, having said these two items, I want you to know these are set of vulnerabilities that I've identified on popular sites and reported it to their respective companies, correct? And also told them that these issues are like this and you can fix it like this, right? So it's called the responsible disclosure policy. Okay, most of the companies today have something called the responsible disclosure policy, which means that you have a vulnerability and you report it in a certain way. They recognize you and reward you. Okay, so when I was doing my college final year, right, I mean, sorry, not final year, third year, right? When I was doing my engineering, computer science engineering, I was rewarded by Microsoft, right, for finding a very critical flaw on their system, and they paid me close to around 25,000 US dollars. I'm talking about 2006. Okay, 25,000 US dollars back in 2006 was a huge money, and it was quite exciting, right? So apart from that, I personally have found bugs on Joomla, WordPress, and Bitdefender, which is a popular antivirus software, BSNL, obviously the telephone exchange, Virgin Media, and a few more, right? Some very interesting bugs. And some I have not even listed some due to confidentiality reasons. But yeah, these are things that I've made responsible disclosure. And after they fixed it, we have made it public. Okay. Okay. So for people who would like to know how I got started, etc., you can check this through, but I'm skipping this slide. Okay. Please pay attention. This is a very important slide. Post this, I have some very interesting discussions. And I would request you all to kindly let me know if you're all able to see the chat option that is available. Can you all please message on the chat option that you are able to see that? Can you all please message on the chat option? So every time I ask a question, you can respond there. That's the reason I'm asking you. Excellent. Please I request you all, please do message on the chat option. Please type. You're able to see it. Excellent. Okay, wonderful. Okay, wonderful. Now, having said that, we know the OSA layer. We know there are 7 layers. We know physical data, network, transport, session, presentation, application. I'm not going to get into details of any of this, right? Keeping in mind that we have time crunch, I'm just going to pick only one point here and tell you. The point here is when I got started into cybersecurity, right? When I got started into cybersecurity back then, close to around 15 years ago, I noticed most of the attacks used to happen in the first 4 layers, which is data link, network, transport layer. Am I clear? From the physical layer to the transport layer, the first 4 layers, correct? The types of cyber attacks that I'm talking about is IP spoofing, MAC spoofing, DNS poisoning, ARP poisoning, cache poisoning, DDoS attack, DOS attack, etc. Am I clear? Can you all please confirm me if you're all able to follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can listen you. You can carry on, Senthil.
Excellent, excellent. Okay. Apparently, after a period, right? I'm talking about 15 years ago. Most of the attacks used to happen in the first 4 layers. Today, what is happening is whenever you see cybersecurity related news on the internet, please be aware most of the attacks are talking about the top 3 layers. It is talking about the session layer, presentation layer, and the application layer. I repeat, most of the attack today are talking about the top 3 layers: session, presentation, application. Why? Why are attackers today very interested on talking about or attacking only the top 3 layers? Why presentation, session, and application? Any idea? No? Okay. So just to keep it easy, most of us, let me ask you this, how many of us use go to central railway station to book your railway tickets? How many of you book it on irctc.co.in?
I hope
How
most
many
of us will use the IRCTC online to book the rail ticket, I think so. I do the Takkal or premium Takkal will be booking, I think so. Is it no?
Exactly, exactly. And how many of you go to Airtel, Vodafone showrooms to pay your telephone bills, and how many of you pay it online?
Very often walking to shop, maximum we are paying through online only because that is easy for us to need not walk out from the resident. Is it
Very,
no?
very true, very true, very true. And please think of this: when was the last time you went to electricity board, the EB, to pay your electricity bills? How many of us pay online?
Nice
Right?
question. I have to think it out when we went to the EB office, I think so.
So if you notice, almost all of what we are talking about, we have got into the space of the digital era. We don't even realize how, but we have already got into the digital era, right? Okay. Now, having said that, attackers' focus shifted from the bottommost layer, the topmost layer, because that is where all the juicy information are. The application layer, presentation layer, and session layer is where all the juicy information, right? What do I mean when I say juicy information? Very simple. Juicy information simply means credit card numbers, CVV numbers, passwords, usernames, expiry dates, etc. Am I clear? Yes or no? Right? So attackers today are more clever. They really know what they get benefited instead of doing IP spoofing, MAC spoofing, ARP poisoning. What is the point they do that? They get a kick doing that. Yes, I agree. But today they want to capitalize on it. Right? Okay, let me ask you one quick question. How many of you use Ola? Please type Ola if you use Ola on the chat. Excellent. Okay, Uber. Excellent. Okay, please be noted. Please be noted. Yeah. Please be noted, when we are saying that we use Ola and Uber, how many of you have seen an option inside the Ola application? It says Ola, you have an option called the wallet. Have you noticed that you have a wallet where you can load the Ola money? Am I clear? You can actually load the Ola money. Yes or no? Which means that Ola knows your debit or credit card. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? And how many of you are aware you cannot buy anything on Amazon unless you save your debit or credit card information on the site, except for cash on delivery. But otherwise, you got to save your debit or credit card detail on the site. Trust me, it is simply like this. They ask you for your credit and debit card. You are okay to give it, is what happens. Right? Let me ask you this. If I ask you right now, if I ask you your credit card, will you give me? Right? If I ask your credit card right now, will you give me? Obviously, no. Right? But imagine I give you a website that looks like IRCTC, right? And when I give you a website that looks like IRCTC and you think it is IRCTC, what are the chances you give the data in IRCTC look-alike page? You understand what I'm saying? So there are high chances of attackers getting a lot more intelligent, and especially their focus is personal identifiable information. Am I clear? Yes or no? Right? Okay. So point number one, most of the attacks in the bottommost layer is now happening in the topmost layer. That is the point that I wanted to establish. Okay. Number two, please pay attention. There's a very interesting slide that I screenshot, or a forward message that I got. I'm sharing that here. Please tell me if you're all agreeing it. If you agree, please type I agree. Please see this very interesting slide. Google, now hiring. No need to apply. We already have all your information. Let's see how many of you agree to it. Please use the chat option available. If you agree, please type agree. It says Google. Is my voice better? Can you all please confirm if it is clear? Please type clear.
Yes, and then you can proceed.
Okay, I see Kalai Chelvi ma'am has mentioned it's not clear. Okay. Okay, excellent. So this is a very interesting screenshot, and if you pay attention to this, I want you to see it's a subtle joke there, but apparently you just think of this. Let me tell you a very interesting stats. Okay, when you go to google.com for the first time, say imagine you have not logged into Google. Say imagine you're going to google.com for the first time, you're not logging into a user account or password. Okay, you have a google.com search box, correct? And Google is saying within the first 6 seconds of how you use the keyboard, mouse, the typing speed, etc., they have close to 65% of your information. Can you believe? Google says within the first 6 seconds, they exactly will find out what is your age. Is it approximately 13 to 15 or 15 to 18 or 20 to 21 or 30 to 35? They will be able to narrow it down just by the first 6 seconds of you using a computer in a certain way. Number one. Okay. Number two, they exactly know which IP location you're from. So there are high chances they already know which country and which state and which ethnicity you're from. Yes or no? Okay. Number three, excellent, right? Google, what all products of Google do we use? On a given day, what all products of Google do we use? We use Google Drive, we use YouTube, we use Picasa, which is Google Photos, we use Gmail, we use Hangout, we use Meets, we use Excel, Docs, PowerPoint, etc. Correct? Yes or no? Are you in agreement? Please type yes. Okay, excellent. Now, having said that, I want you to please be mindful. Okay, Google has multiple services, right? Gmail, imagine Gmail. Google now has access to your personal mail exchanges, including your profiles and resumes. How many of you have your profile attached in your Gmail account? Please tell me. There's some time you have attached your resume or profile on your Gmail account and sent it to someone. Yes. Right? So Google exactly knows your profile details, right? Number one. Number two, Google also knows what? Very interestingly, Gmail. So they exactly know who you are sending email and receiving emails from. He also knows who you're chatting with. Yes or no? Three, Google Drive exactly knows some confidential files about you. Something interesting. Google Photos. You have face detection technology there. It exactly knows who you are, who your friends are, and who their spouses and their relatives are. Right? And the worst part, they also know their anniversary dates and birth dates. Wow. Right? And interestingly, you talk about any service, Google Chat, Meet, or Hangout. They exactly know who you chat with regularly. And the worst part, you know what? Google has something called Google Wallet or Google Pay. They exactly have your debit and credit card information. They exactly know how much you spend and what is your expenditure and what is your income like. Yes or no? They exactly right now know how much you have in your bank balance. Google Pay, correct? And please think of this: Google Drive, Gmail, YouTube, they have your personal photos and personal videos on Google Drive. Whatever you're taking photos on your Android phone, they get backed up on the Google Photos. Yes or no? Yes or no? All of you know that? Excellent. So please be noted, the company like Google, when it says no need to apply, we already have all your information. Just think of applying, we will take care. This is what they're saying. Right? It's a very interesting article that I saw. Okay. Now, I want you to know this particular thing, right? Before we see this, this is about applying and hiring Google, right? Now think of this. Google says in the first 6 seconds, they're able to identify who it is, what ethnicity group they are, what age group and all that, right? I want you to think of this. Have you ever noticed in US, Australia, UK and all, right? They are very specific when they say it will rain tomorrow at 3:10 a.m. or 3:10 p.m. It will exactly rain that time. Have you noticed that? Has any of your friends from abroad told you that? Right? The prediction algorithm is very intact. That is exactly identified by number one. If the wind speed in this location is this much, and the temperature while that speed is this much, and there was multiple different places the wind speed was this. If this happens, then it will rain in this location. Is a science. Yes or no? So they have computed the science, they mastered the science, and they predicted. Yes or no? Now look at this. I'll go to the next slide. What is this CAPTCHA?
Senthil, are you there? So we can't hear you. So dear participant, please be patient. Due to network issue from the speaker side, I think it's got disconnected. You'll be resume as soon as. Wait for a while.
I'm really sorry. Can you all please confirm if my voice is audible?
Yes, yes, yes. You can proceed.
All right, sir. I'm sorry. My laptop got restarted, and yeah. So taking it forward, I'll share the screen once again.
Yeah, please.
Do you mind making me the host again, sir? I'm not.
One second. 1 second. Yeah, just I made it. Can you try it out?
Yeah. Okay. Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay, excellent. So if you notice this very interesting slide, right, we saw about Google hiring and all that stuff, right? Now let us see this. How many of you know what is CAPTCHA? CAPTCHA. How many of you have seen this image when you're creating account on some website? How many of you have seen this? Right? Most of us have seen this at some point of time, right? What does this mean? Any idea? What is this CAPTCHA? Any idea what is CAPTCHA? Yes. Mr. Shivakumara, yes, you're perfectly correct. To avoid web login based attacks, it's security. Robot, not. Perfect. So, CAPTCHA, the word CAPTCHA, CAPTCHA simply means computer aided program for Turing machine for saying computers and humans apart. CAPTCHA. Correct? To differentiate, it is a computer or a human, because there are a lot of people who write code which will automate a certain task over and over and over again. For example, creating user account on a website, right? So they had to bring in certain artificial intelligence system in place, right? With which they can prevent automated software signing up, correct? It's called the CAPTCHA. And interestingly, this company called ReCAPTCHA, ReCPTCHA, ReCAPTCHA. I don't know if you have heard of this company called ReCAPTCHA. I'll just show you how they look like. So this company called ReCAPTCHA, right? I'm sure most of you would have seen this symbol somewhere, right? So this company called ReCAPTCHA got acquired by Google. Correct? And you know for how much did Google acquire this company for? They acquired this company for close to around $50 million. Can you imagine a small CAPTCHA algorithm? This algorithm was acquired for $50 million by Google. Okay. Okay. Let us see this slide. And how many of you see on the right hand side, there are multiple types of CAPTCHA available, multiple types of CAPTCHA offered by different companies. Yes or no? What does CAPTCHA means? CAPTCHA simply means computer aided Turing machine for saying computers and humans apart. This software will identify if it is computer or human, correct? Now, what attackers did was they used certain AI and ML capabilities, artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities of popular system called the OCR. How many of us have heard about OCR systems? OCR stands for optical character recognition, correct? Optical character recognition, meaning you will be able to, right, convert an image to text. You will be able to convert an image to text. That's called the optical character recognition, right? Since you are from the educational industry, you all might be aware there are exam sheets today that are OCR enabled, meaning you will have to use a HP pencil to mark your answers, and the system will be able to auto correct it. Yes or no? I'm sure most of you are aware. Can you all please confirm that? Yes, OMR sheets, whatever you call optical magnetic recognition or something. Yeah. So OCR is optical character recognition, where you are able to read a particular image and understand a character out of it, extract a character. So attackers wrote systems which would automatically scan through the image and tell what character it is. Am I clear? Excellent. Thank you, Padma Priya ma'am, Arpita, etc. Look at this now. I'm showing a next very interesting slide. Google is now moving for passwordless login. Okay, the whole company called Google is slowly moving towards the concept of passwordless login. Right? See, what is a two-factor authentication? Correct. So, for example, I know a username and a password of my account. I give you, or say, for example, in this case, assuming I give Padma Priya ma'am my username and password. Will she be able to log into my account? Yes, she will be able to log into my account because she has my username and password. But if it is not Padma Priya ma'am, but someone who is a part of this particular program who is of attacker's mindset, okay? If the password and username goes to that person, I am compromised, correct? So what happens is Google came up with two-factor authentication and multi-factor authentication, where you get a OTP or a two-factor code on your system. Now they are even moving from that to something called the behavioral password. Okay, behavioral password, meaning Google exactly knows a certain pattern which you use a laptop, a pattern in which you use a mobile, a pattern in which you use a fingerprint. Correct? So they're saying that is a good enough information for them to precisely identify if it is Vinod, if it is Padma Priya, if it is so on. Am I clear? Yes or no? Excellent.
Yes.
Wonderful. Please pay attention now. This is a very interesting screenshot. I don't know how many of you have seen this image screenshot. Do you notice this image? It says no internet. Where have you seen this image? Any? Can someone tell me? Please use the chat option. Excellent. You find it on Internet Explorer or Chrome, some browser, correct? When you don't have the internet, right, there is a small dinosaur icon like this, right? And yeah, it is in Chrome. And what happens till the time you get the internet back, you can actually play that particular game or dinosaur game. Have you ever noticed that? Right? Okay. Why am I talking about that? What is the relevance? Let us see that, right? So please pay attention. There is electronic hobbyist is what they call them, right? Electronic hobbyist, or a popularly electronic hacker, made use of this particular game in his own creative ways to do something very interesting. Let me play, and please pay attention. Let me know if the audio is audible for you.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm playing this video. Please pay attention. He's using a LDR diode, right? LDR as in light detection resistor or whatever, right? With which you can actually detect a light if it is there or not, right? Look at what this electronic hobbyist is doing, right? I'm sorry. Please pay attention what he does. There's a small code that we write, right? This is to understand the sensitivity, the motor angle, etc. Look at what finally he does. That is all. Please pay attention to the line of code. It is hardly one page of code. Okay, he's calling in a certain header file and writing a small piece of code which is also available open source, right? Look at what he does post that. Very interesting. He puts a small motor onto the space bar button. Am I clear? Are you all able to see this?
Yes.
Okay. And he puts this LDR diode to this part. Am I visible? This particular portion, right? It is a spot where he has kept the LDR diode to notice if there is a obstacle that is coming the path of this dinosaur. Am I clear? Please pay attention now again. Look at this. What is happening? Wow. I will tell this is a genius move. Yes or no? How many of you understood what is happening? If you understood what is happening, please type understood. right? If you notice, to play this dinosaur game, all you have to do is use the space bar button. If you tap the space bar button, the dinosaur actually jumps through the obstacle, right? Now, what this guy has done is he's used a LDR diode, connected it and connected it with a small motor, and using the space bar there, right? Which means that every time there's an obstacle that is detected, the space bar is automatically pressed. Yeah, exactly like what Arpita is saying, right? So what happens? The system has slowly gotten a certain kind of an intelligence. Yes or no? Correct. But how intelligent is the system is the question, right? But how intelligent? This is not a very intelligent system, but it does something that is very exciting, right? It can automate a task, and it is, it was absolutely amazing, right? Look at this. Now, what I'm going to do is, how many of you have seen this game called Mario? How many of you have seen this game called Mario? Excellent, excellent. Okay, now, now, artificial intelligence is again a technology where there is a lot of statistical data that is required for the computer to compute and take a decision based on the tree, right? Yes or no tree, correct? Majorly, it is a yes or no tree only. Most of the time, it's a yes or no tree only, correct? There are otherwise, exceptions. However, majority of the time, it is a yes or no tree only. Please pay attention. I took this example because most of us are already very familiar about this game called Mario, and we can't probably imagine a childhood without playing this game ever, right? Now, having said that, I want you to notice this system called the Mario is now played by a computer. Okay, this computer, in fact, actually knew nothing about the game to begin with. Slowly, after 24 hours of gameplay, observation, and learning, please pay attention how it has evolved, right? I'm going to play this video. Please let me know if the audio is clear. Can you please confirm if the audio is clear?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. Please pay attention. A very interesting video, and I think it might open up certain very interesting concepts for you. In the simulation, the AI learns to play Mario. The objective of this game is to complete 2 levels of Mario. That's the objective. It says generation 1. This part shows generations and number of iterations, right? This part shall indicate the varying walks and jump speed, right? So in computer terms, we call the verbose, right? So it is a verbose. So everything that's happening is displayed to you right here. Here it says, it indicates the distance that is covered, right? From the start point. Okay, let us see. Mario actually knows nothing here. So he is just staying there. Let us see what happens. When the intelligence learns significantly, it changes its generation. Look at this, it's become generation 2. And this time, the Mario, the character, not just lands up here until the owl comes and hits him. He's not staying there. He started to move. He knows that he should not die. Learning can be in terms of jump, walk, speed, and avoiding obstacles. Look at this, very interesting. It says 24 minutes into the simulation, the intelligence makes progress using higher speeds and jumps. Within 24 minutes, the system is now able to do something more than it should, right? Let's see. Wow. How beautiful it started to play. "30 minutes. Wow. This, notice, this system completely learned from scratch. Okay. First, the system did not know that it had to run. First, system did not know that it had to run, but eventually it understood that it had to run because it is keep on dying. Correct? So eventually, after that, once it started to learn, it again started to do a lot of mistakes. Right? And slowly after that, it started to master the system. Right? Let us see this. How many of you understood this one? Please type in understood if you did understand. Excellent. Okay. So, excellent. Wonderful. Look at this. I'm taking a very interesting slide in here. Okay, I just want to tell you a very small incident that happened with one of my friends in Madurai. Okay. When I say my friends in Madurai, what happened is one of my friends in Madurai had a small 5x5 shop which does mobile phone recharge. Okay, I'm talking about few years ago, not now. It's at least 10 years ago. Okay, are you all able to hear me? Can you please confirm?
Please, you go ahead, sir.
Okay.
So, one second. Tejasri, can you mute your mic? Your control is not stable.
Okay. Yeah, I muted her, sir. I muted her.
Okay, thank you. But it's not stable, I think so. You kept somewhere else in the mobile, I think. That's right.
Okay.
Okay, you can continue.
So what happens is, my friend in Madurai, he had a 5x5 very small mobile recharge shop, right? What he does is, everyone in the locality calls him and asks him to recharge the phone. All they do is they give their phone number and say, recharge 50 rupees, 100 rupees for me, and so on, right? Likewise, everyone in the area used to call him and ask him to recharge. So he used to get calls in all odd times, morning, evening, night, midnight, every time he used to get calls. So what he did is he appointed a person. He had to go for a small vacation, 2-week vacation to Kodaikanal from Madurai. So at that point, I'm talking about 10 years ago. Okay. At that point, he wanted to go to Kodaikanal from Madurai for a period of 2 weeks. So that 2 weeks, he appointed a girl to work in his company. Okay. So this girl is now responsible for recharging mobile phone recharge request. Okay, recharging mobile phone recharge requests. So every time she gets a call, she will have a bunch of coupon codes. I don't know if you heard of this coupon code options in 10 years ago. You will get a coupon code. You will scratch the coupon code from Airtel, Vodafone, RPG, and all, and that coupon code is equal to the actual money. Yes or no? To recharge your mobile phone, you need to have this coupon code. You will have to scratch it. Correct? How many of you have seen that? I don't know if it exists today, but at that period you used to have this coupon code option. So yeah, excellent. So what happened is at that point in time, 10 years ago, a lot of people started calling her while she was late night, evening, 10 o'clock plus 11 o'clock, midnight, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and all. She started to get calls, right? Then she started to get disturbed. Okay. And what happened is after 1 week, uh, the business started to improve drastically. The shop's business started to improve drastically. And notices that the company is going close to around 300% profit now in just a span of 2 weeks. Okay. Sir, can you please confirm if I'm audible? Yeah, am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, you can continue.
Okay. So what happened is uh, he was not sure of why the company became 300% profitable in a span of just 2 weeks. Right? He wanted to analyze that. Then he realized after talking to her, he understood what that girl did was he took all the coupon codes like this. Let me tell you this. She uses Excel, correct? Say there's a coupon code like this, for example. Imagine she has scratched close to 200 coupon codes, put it in Excel file because every time she gets a call, she is in her house and she has to do it, right? So she used Excel, scratched all the cards, put the coupon code in Excel, and every time she gets a call, she will just mark them in red color. That is used. Am I clear? Yes or no? Can you all please type understood if you did understand till now? Excellent. Now, please pay attention. Very interestingly, what happened is some point in time, imagine, I want you to imagine this. Okay. Okay. Imagine these are 200 coupon codes. Imagine this is only 25, but I'm saying imagine these are 200 coupon codes. And these are coupon codes that she scratched from the scratch card and typed it here, right? So that she can keep a track of all of them like this. You know what happened? She never knew there were 200 coupon cards, but while working, she didn't realize she selected it and actually dragged it like this without knowing. Am I clear? Yes or no? She, by mistake, she selected the coupon cards and dragged it below. Do you know what happened? Can you guess now? What do you think has happened? Beautifully, Microsoft Excel predicted the next set of codes that would have been generated by the coupon card generation system. Am I clear? Yes or no? Say, imagine these are only the coupon cards they purchased, for example. Okay. And assume these are all the generated ones, meaning all these coupon cards are valid coupon cards that got generated because the Excel was able to understand the pure random number generation algorithm. Excellent, right? So this was a very interesting thing that I wanted to tell you, because always remember, artificial intelligence and machine learning are very effective when they have a large quantity of statistical data with which they can compare and take decisions. How it happened automatically from Mr. Karuna Bagde. Okay, so it did not happen automatically, sir. So what she did was, by mistake, right? She imagine these are 200 coupon codes. Okay, by mistake, what she did was, she selected all the coupon codes she has like this and dragged it below without knowing, by a mistake, right? So what happens? See, I want you to know this. 1, 2, 4. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Now, if I select this system and drag it, look at what happens. It is able to predict the sequence. It is printing all even numbers, correct? Now let us say 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Now selecting the, let's see if it is able to predict the next set of sequence. It is able to predict the odd numbers. But let us try something little strange. 2, 5, 9. Let us see if it is able to predict this sequence number. It is probably right. There is a certain pattern here, and it's trying to identify that pattern and bring it across. Am I clear? Yes or no? So, not just here. If you say Jan, Feb, you select it like this, is able to fill it, right? So it is able to actually predict the next sequence value and fill it in, right? And that is exactly where she didn't know that she recreated 200 more coupon cards with which she was recharging all the people. She didn't do it, uh, on a wrong perspective. She did it, and it apparently happened to work like that. Am I clear? Yes or no? Please type in yes if you understood. Excellent. Now let us go to this very interesting slide here. Please see this. What happened? I mean, how many of you are familiar about connected driverless cars? Connected driverless cars, right? They call autonomous cars. Tesla, etc. are. Kindly share this video. It is interesting either to the reality exam. Excellent, sir. Will do, sir. So, connected driverless cars, there are multiple car manufacturers today who are producing autonomous cars. When I say autonomous cars, the cars take their own decision, right, of taking the navigational path. Can you please confirm? I hear from Arpita Kaushik ma'am saying my voice is breaking. Can you please confirm?
No, you can proceed.
So my voice is audible, sir?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so please pay attention. This is a very interesting example of a scenario what happened in Birmingham, UK in 2018 February. Okay, Birmingham is a place in United Kingdom where I just want you to imagine this. Okay, there is a four-way lane, highway. Okay, and this highway, thousands of cars are going in one direction. It's a one way, right? It's a one way lane where the four lanes are fully occupied by cars going in one direction. There is another four-way lane in the opposite side, right? imagine you are sitting inside this car, a pure autonomous driverless car, right? And imagine you are sitting in T Nagar right now. Imagine, okay? And you sit inside this autonomous driverless car and say, "Hey car, please navigate me to Nungambakam." Okay? When you say this, what happens is this voice becomes speech to text, and this text becomes a command to the system, and this system picks the command and passes it to the artificial intelligence engine, and this engine is now connected to the car, and the car has multiple sensors. It knows left who is coming, right who is coming, front who is coming, back who is coming, and all that, and slowly starts to navigate the cars. The car starts to move. Wow, isn't it amazing? You don't even touch the steering, dashboard, brake, nothing, right? So interestingly today what they say is, I repeat, interestingly what they say today is, the cars that you drive today, I repeat, the cars that you drive today are not automobiles anymore. I repeat, the cars that you drive today are not automobiles anymore. They are computers with connected steering, dashboard, and brakes. Wow, isn't it amazing, right? Which means that these autonomous cars should have an operating system. Yes or no? It should have an operating system. And what happened is, I'll tell you a very interesting scenario. Okay, this happened in Birmingham. Imagine you sit inside this car and you're saying, "Hey, navigate me to Mount Road," and you're traveling in Mount Road. Okay, it's like a very, very, very busy road, highway. All the thousands of cars are going in one direction, and I want you to imagine this: there is only one car that is going in the opposite direction on the very, very busy road, and that car happens to be your car. And something even more interesting is, you don't have control of this car at all. You are not able to open the doors, windows, glass. You can't stop the engine, start the engine, nothing. Which means that a attacker has taken over your car. Taken over your car. Look at this. And all the windows and doors are locked up. And the display unit of the car pops up a message saying, "System hacked. To unlock, please pay 0.5 bitcoins to a particular Bitcoin account." Wow, imagine that. Imagine you're going in a car, the car locks up doors and windows and pops up a message saying, "Hey, pay this much amount to this hacker's account number. Otherwise, you please pay locked in." And imagine this is all happening while you're going in a very, very busy highway. Not just that, you're going in the opposite direction. What would you do? What are the chances you would be okay to pay? There are a lot of chances. There are chances that people might pay. Yes or no? Right? Okay. Can we go to the next one? Yeah. And I will tell you, whenever you see a car, there is a mirror here, right? What is the mirrors? There's a small letters on the mirror. What does it say? It says the objects in this mirror are closer than they appear. Right? I repeat, the objects in this mirror are closer than they appear. I repeat, that is exactly how it is for cyber attacks also. Cyber attacks are closer than they appear. They are closer than they appear. I repeat, they are closer than they appear, right? You and I already are probably getting hacked somewhere or the other. We just don't know that yet. Okay? Look at this. Okay, I want you to tell me this, right? How do I know you? How do I identify you? I identify you by your face. Yes or no? I identify you by your face. Now, can you please see the screen and tell me who this is? How many of you know this? This is Obama. Yes or no? Now, can you tell me there is one Obama in this which is actually not the original Obama? Which one is this? There are 4 Obamas you see, left, right, bottom, and the bottom right. Which Obama you think is a fake Obama here? Top left, okay. I want all of you to guess, please. Can you please say top left, top right, or bottom left, bottom right? I want all of you to please use the chat option effectively. Please say top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, please. Okay. A lot of you are saying top left or the bottom right. Okay. Now I'm going to play this very interesting video. Please pay attention. Some very interesting video here. President Obama's speeches have been used in a realistic lip sync technology experiment. Please pay attention here. Yeah. University of Washington researchers recreated Obama's mouth from hours of audio and then married it to a video. Okay. Recurrent neural network mouth synthesis. This is based on the input of a mouth alone. Let's see this.
Modern, and I think people can say that my election symbolizes some progress, at least within the small confines of the legal community.
To help families refinance their homes, to invest in things like high-tech manufacturing, clean energy, and the infrastructure that creates good new jobs.
Okay. And I personally believe year 2021 could be a year of fake news. Okay. It would be a year of fake news because there is a lot of news that you'll feel it's too real, but would be computer generated, artificial intelligence generated, right? Please pay attention.
I think it is important, and this is also part of the reason that we publish it to the public. It's important to know that videos can be edited, just like photographs can be edited, and audio can be edited, and text can be edited. And so we should all collectively work towards understanding that, and also creating rules and algorithms that can identify edited information.
Okay, if you notice, all the Obama that you just saw there, right? All the videos that you saw there are all computer generated. All of them are computer generated, right? So let me show you another very interesting video.
Now with former President.
Please pay attention to this very interesting video.
Obviously, you would never find fakery on the BBC, and I would never mislead you. As you can see, I'm now ready for Strictly. And I think you'll agree, I'm an obvious winner. Okay, so I confess, and you may possibly have suspected, that wasn't me. The sequence you just saw was created by visual artist Eric Drass, who explores the effects of technology on our understanding of truth.
So this is created using a piece of software that...
Like anyone is saying...
Position, I can blackmail someone.
Absolutely. Well, this one here of Obama.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time. For instance, they could have me say things like, President Trump is a total and complete dipshit.
The actor Jordan Peele is able to not only give a convincing voice...
See, if you notice, it is actually a video that is recreated with the existing statistical data of face data or the face sets. Okay, so all the 4 Obama that you find here are computer generated. There is no Obama in here that is original. There is, whatever you're seeing here is, none of them are actual videos. They're all computer generated. And today, the technology is such that you could create such data in no time, right? So let me show you some very interesting content here.
Yes, but it is tough.
Okay, please pay attention to this. Very interesting one. Okay, while I show you this, I want you to also see this. Please pay attention to this particular image also. Can you please tell me what do you find here? Do you find a face of a lady in here? Do you find a photo of someone here? Yes or no? Correct. Please pay attention. Every time I refresh this, I am getting an image, right, of a photo of a person. For your information, none of these photos that you're seeing is a photo of an original person. It is a photo that is computer generated using certain AI and ML based algorithm, right? Can you imagine this image is completely generated by computer, right? Using certain indicators and parameters from the internet, it uses that to create. Okay. If you want to read more about how it is done and if you want to do research on this, please go to this website saying, very interesting domain name. What is it? It says this person does not exist.com. Okay. You can see here, it says how this particular image is generated and what algorithm is used so that you can make use of that to yourself. Am I clear? Okay. Okay, I want to show you something very interesting in here. This image that you're seeing here, right? This is a combination of a lot of facial data sets. Okay, it is a combination of a lot of facial data sets. What do I mean when I say this? Please pay attention. I'm scrolling this page down. You will see multiple people and look at the eyes here. Is the eyes being intact? Are you all able to see what I'm showing? Yes or no? See how beautiful it is. So as and when I scroll down, see, as and when I scroll down, if you notice, the data set of each face per the person's ethnicity, race, age, sex, everything, right? It is automatically creating data. How beautiful is that? Wow. Right? So designed to deceive. Do these people look real to you? No, none of these images that you saw, none of these are real. All of these are computer generated, right? And if you want to see some little more clear examples, Please pay attention to this particular image, right? So here it says, this is an example for age. Look at this. I am making this person look so young, become a child. Now look at this. I'm making him average adult. Now look at this. I'm making him old. No, none of these are real persons. None of these are real persons. These are all computer generated, right? Okay, look at this. Look at her eyes here. Closed eyes, broad, big eyes. Am I clear? Likewise, you have an example here, perspective. Look at the perspective here, okay? A 2D image is now made to look like a 3D image. A 2D image, a small flat photo is now made to look like a 3D image. Am I clear? Yes or no? Look at the mood. Look at this person's mood. Normal looking person. Look at this girl. She's giving a grin look now. And look at this. Let's make her smile all the way. Wow. Grin look, all the way smile. Grin look. And all of these systems, look at this gender. We are making this lady to a man, right? And these are basically done using certain parameters alone. Race and ethnicity. Look at this, race and ethnicity. A white man becomes a brown just to by small parameter changes to the code base. Am I clear? And if you pay attention, there's a lot more very interesting thing. For example, you might often look, may not exactly match. For example, earring, right? Photographs have been centered, scaled, and cropped. Look at the eyes. As a result, each eye may be the same distance from the center. All the photos that you saw, the eyes are almost in the same distance, right? So I would strongly suggest you might want to check this. Apparently, these are the two websites that I wanted to show. This is creating look-alike people, creating using artificial intelligence. I'm always very excited about this technology that system can regenerate something of its own like this. Okay, please pay attention to this. I was talking about this. Okay, look at this, something very interesting here. What is it saying? It says security robot in critical conditions after nearly drowning into the job. What does it mean? It simply means there in UK again, there are robots that are used for doing household chores. Okay, household chores. So what happens is this robot used to wash the utensils, clean the house, and all that stuff, right? So there was a point in time recently, I mean, this also happened in 2018, where this robot committed suicide, the so-called committed suicide, right? It committed suicide by drowning itself into the river Thames River. And there was a small piece of note written and kept on the owner's table. It says, I am unable to handle the pressures humans are giving me. By world. Wow. Isn't it really amazing, right? So it clearly says there is a level of consciousness that could be attained using artificial intelligence per se. Okay, this, imagine a robot which is designed to do a task repetitive over and over again of monotonous activity, that robot commits suicide saying it is unable to handle the pressure. Wow. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Please pay attention to this, very interesting. I'm sure most of you are aware who is Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg is the founder of Facebook. correct? And who is Elon Musk? Elon Musk is the founder of SpaceX, Tesla, etc. I don't know, most of you might not know this. Elon Musk is also the founder of a large company called OpenAI, Open Artificial Intelligence. He has made a portion of the artificial intelligence system that they've been creating for years into open source project as well, right? That's called the open source AI, right? Can you all please confirm if my voice is audible?
Yes, you can proceed.
Okay, excellent. No, when you respond on chat, I would know that you're all able to follow. Okay, so Facebook, amazing. Look at this. Facebook shuts down AI robot after it creates its own language. Wow, isn't it amazing? Right? Facebook shuts down its own AI robot after it creates its own language. See, I talk to you and you talk back to me because we both have something in common called the language. And right now, the language we are talking in is English. Correct? Imagine this robot found that English or any other such languages are not very efficient, or it is taking a lot of energy or time. So it created its own language to optimally communicate. Am I clear? And I am personally very thrilled by the thought that a computer, to communicate to another computer, created its own language. Isn't it amazing? If you all found it amazing, please type amazing on the chat option, please. Excellent. Now let's see the next slide, very interesting slide. Look at this. These are big industry, they are like the stalwarts of the particular industries. Look at what Zuckerberg says on a tweet. Mark Zuckerberg, who's on the right side, Facebook's founder, he says, people who drum up doomsday scenarios, I actually think it is pretty irresponsible. What does it mean? It simply means Mark Zuckerberg is saying people who keep chuma saying this might happen because of artificial intelligence, that might happen because of artificial intelligence, something wrong might happen, this and that, right? When people keep on saying like that, Mark Zuckerberg thinks it is pretty irresponsible to say that. He thinks that. He is very strong and confident when he says that, because he feels that at some point in time we have to handle it any which ways, right? But on contradictory, what Elon Musk says is, he says, I have talked to Mark about this, about artificial intelligence, right? His understanding of this subject is limited. Wow. I was blown away by the comment of Elon Musk, because these two people are pioneers. They are decision makers. If they say something, the technology can change. They are such people who can have that kind of impact on technology. Imagine he is saying his understanding of the subject is limited, meaning he believes artificial intelligence could probably take over control of certain aspects of our computing. Am I clear? Which could go out of our hands. Let us see this. How many of you have seen this movie, Terminator? Please use the chat option and type I have if you have. Old movie. I think we all have seen this movie at some point in time. In fact, in our college days or school days or working days, those periods, this movie was such a huge rage, right? And yeah. Quick question. Who is the actor of this movie? Who is the hero of this movie? Left side or the right side? Left side is Arnold and right side is Stallone. I want all of you to respond back on this, please. Arnold or Stallone? Excellent. Arnold is the person who acted in this movie, right? Okay, having said that, the movie's actor is Arnold. I want you to please see this very interesting video clip that I'm going to show you, right? And this video clip I'm going to show you for a reason, to show you the experimentations that are going around visual and audio based AI implementations. Please pay attention. Can you please confirm if the audio is audible, sir?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, please pay attention to what you're seeing right now. Very interesting one.
Foreign thumbs are in the back.
No, action! This guy's an action star.
Down the center, on the left.
No, it isn't possible.
This scene is one of the most famous scene on this movie, so I'm just playing that. Please pay attention. Look at Arnold on this video. How many of you notice it is not Arnold in this movie? How many of you notice the artificial intelligence algorithm has taken off Arnold's face and replaced it with Stallone's face all through the video clip? Please pay attention to this video clip.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. You forgot to say please.
Take it. Oh.
Can't let you take the man's wheels, son. Now get off before I put you down.
Able to be reconverted with any of the popular actors that we want from the current day, right? So having said that, I'm going to be taking a quick moment to show a small demo, right, on what I have done earlier in the past with respect to a AI ML algorithm, right? Okay, please pay attention. We see a chat box here, right? And the WizGeek is my chat nickname, right? My chat ID or my nickname or my handle on the internet is always been the WizGeek. So I want you to ask me a question on the chat. Please type in your question on chat. I will pass the question on chat here. Let us see what my bot replies back. My bot, this one I created to make my friends believe that they are chatting with me, but apparently they are not chatting with me. When I was in my college, I integrated this to my Yahoo Messenger. So anyone who used to chat with me on Yahoo Messenger thought it was me who's responding back, but it was not me. Okay, please say this. I'm saying, how are you? It says, I am fine, thanks. How are you? Ask this bot. Please type in your question. I will ask this bot. What is the weather like in your city? Okay, let's see that. I think it is precipitation. Wow. What is your email ID? Okay, it is talking about the engine's email ID. Wow, wonderful. This intelligence is what I'm using, Dr. Wallace. Tell me latest research areas. Tell me. There is nothing much I can say about it. I have to reach into web for that knowledge. Searching, please stand by. Give me some resources related to zero-day attack. I don't have to give. Are you chatbot or human? I don't know whether I am chatbot or human. I am chatterbot. Wow. Okay. What's your name? My name is WizGeek. WizGeek is my chat name or my nickname. I mean, my personal chat name or nickname. What is your age? I was activated on December 15, 1984. For information, that is my date of birth. And my native place is Tirunelveli, for information. So when people chat with this bot on Yahoo Messenger or Hangout or etc., they think that they're actually talking to me, right? Are you a bot? Are you a robot? How did you know I'm a machine? How to integrate machine learning with cybersecurity concepts? Excellent. Okay, so I will address that, ma'am. Before that, I'll take few more questions for this chat bot, and then I'll be addressing that. That is my core point of finishing for the day. Any other questions you want me to ask to the bot? Two more questions I can ask. I'm saying, what is India? It gives data by doing a Wikipedia API query. What is Google? What is Yahoo? How you're answering my questions? How you are answering my questions? You know, program me to say specific things in specific contexts. Sure. Let me ask a very interesting question here. Who is your father? Wow. Look at this, very interesting. I was programmed by Vinod. Wow, it feels very good to hear a bot say that it was programmed by me. Okay, so the interesting thing is this uses something called the AIML, Artificial Intelligence Markup Language, with which this is designed. And trust me, it is not very tough to design what you are seeing here. And what you see in Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa are all same thing on a little advanced level. So
Sir, your voice is getting break. Are you there?
am I audible, sir?
Yeah, now okay.
Okay. So what I'm asking is there any other questions, or I can close for this demo?
Yes, some of the questions are there.
We can close this demo.
Okay, excellent. So if you notice, we were just seeing about this bot called the MyBot, right? Apparently, there is another very interesting attack called the Beehive Attack. This happened earlier in the past, close to around 8-9 years ago. What is a Beehive attack, right? Like what you know, Beehive means a place where all the bees come and live together, right? It is a hive where a lot of bees come and live together. So what happens is when there's an attack where a computer learns a programming language, right? For example, a computer algorithm learns C or C++, okay? And once it learns C or C++, it tries to execute a piece of code. When it tries to execute a piece of code, assume it is, the protocol of the artificial intelligence system or machine learning system is, it has to be violated to do that particular task, right? Even then, what happens is it will try to violate and do. Okay, so Beehive attack is a very interesting attack where a computer learns multiple programming languages combined together to do something called the cross compiling, and with which it was able to bypass a antivirus software and a firewall, right? It wrote techniques through which it could able to bypass antivirus software and firewalls completely using artificial intelligence. Correct? And this is a very interesting case study if you want to read. It's called the Beehive Attack. Okay? And since we are running out of time, I would like to quickly move to the next one. The areas of use, the areas where artificial intelligence and machine learning could be used on cybersecurity. Number one, RNG algorithm. What is RNG? RNG stands for Random Number Generation Algorithm. When you see popular online gaming portals like Dream11, ADA, and many Rummy Circle, all these kind of online games have some kind of a random number which is getting generated, correct? So this artificial intelligence system can confirm if they are purely using random numbers or if they are cheating using a number that is looking like a random number. Am I clear? Number one. Number two, log analysis. When the moment we started this session till now, it is only 1 hour and 25 minutes. But within this time, there is a lot of log data that is created from both your computer and my computer. Lot of log data, because packets, HTTP packets are going from your computer and coming back to your computer. So a lot of data get generated. So there has to be a method to analyze these data and come up with something meaningful and actionable. Correct? So this log analysis can be extremely useful for cybersecurity research, provided we have a very strong analysis on the log. So this can be achieved using AI and ML. Okay. Number three, IDS and IPS rule rewrite, intrusion detection system and intrusion prevention system. So based on the attack patterns that a particular website is getting, for example, www.vinodsenthil.com is a website. Okay. In this website, say there are thousands of people coming. Each of them are trying different types of attack on my site. So I should rewrite the rule IDS or the IPS rule, firewall rule on my computer every single time. Every time I have an attack, I have to rewrite the rule on my website, right? But if there is a machine learning system in place which can automatically learn what kind of traffic is coming, is that a legitimate traffic or not, and based on that allow or deny the particular traffic, it will actually add a lot of value to the end users, right? And then DOS attack, DDoS attack. Okay, for example, you're all from college, and say there is a university results that get released tomorrow. What happens? All of a sudden, that particular website gets fully crammed because a lot of users are going and checking the website. Right now, the websites become non-functional because there's a lot of people who are looking at the website. Correct. Now, what I'm saying is, you can actually use machine learning techniques to identify if it is a true user who is coming and checking the site, or is it someone who just logged in and left it, or bot. Okay. And last but not the least, behavioral pattern biometrics. When we talk about biometrics, we usually talk about fingerprint, iris, pupil scanning, etc., right? But there's a core piece of pattern each of us have, right? The way I walk and the way you walk, there might be an ocean of difference, just that we might not be able to understand right now. But a machine learning algorithm can actually do that. Likewise, when you're using a computer or a mobile device, a machine learning algorithm can actually identify if it is Vinod or if it is someone else. Correct? So a behavioral pattern biometrics can actually be a lot of benefit for a variety of users, right? And last slide for the day. If you think technology can solve your security problems, I repeat, if you think technology can solve your security problems, then you don't understand the problems and also you don't understand the technology. This is said by Bruce Schneier, who is the father of cryptography. Thank you, everyone. And if anyone wants to connect with me, my email is vinod@infysec.com. And if you want to read a little more about me personally, you can check my website, vinodsenthil.com. And I would request you all to kindly take a moment to leave a quick feedback at bit.ly/infysecodc. So I am available on the chat for some more time. So in case any of you have questions or FAQ, I would be happy to take. So once again, thank you everyone. You all have been a wonderful audience. I saw close to around 130 members when I started the program. And right now, the 130 members are intact, right? All of them are there in the chat. There are about 131 members right now. So I'm glad and I'm very happy that you all have been a wonderful audience. You have been very comfortable to deal with. So in case any of you have any questions, I'd be happy to take. If it is not too much to ask, I would request you all to take a moment to give a feedback on bit.ly/infysecodc, everything in small letters. Oh, wow. Thank you, Mr. Dinesh Kumar, sir, for saying it is the best session of this FDP. Thank you very much. Means a lot to me. Thank you very much. So I put myself on mute. In case of any questions, I'd be happy to take. Thank you very much.
Myself, Dinesh Kumar. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir, I am able to hear you, sir.
It's a great session which I listen in this FDP itself. I attended all the session regularly, but this session is very interesting and informative also.
Thank you very much, sir. And I think all the credits to Geeta ma'am for connecting with me, and she has been following up with me for this particular program. And I thank you, ma'am, for inviting me for a part of this program. It really means a lot.
Thank you,
Vinod sir, I just want one favor. I want to do the research in the cyber security itself in the zero-day attack.
Okay.
I have completed my MTech from IT Mumbai itself, and right now I'm planning to do some research in the zero-day attack itself.
Okay.
So could you help me to do this particular thing? What are the resources for that, and how can?
Yes, definitely. I will be able to help you out, sir. You can make a note of my email ID as given on the chat.
Sure.
We have some research programs going on.
Okay.
I can connect with you and explain you on that a little later, sir. So you can connect with me on the email ID listed there.
Oh, sure. I'll mail you on this mail ID.
Sure thing, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, sir.
Any of you have any other questions? I'll be happy to take. So I have shared the feedback link on the chat option as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinod, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Such a pleasure.
It was indeed an interactive session with more real-time examples.
Sir, can you stop the sharing, please? Yeah.
I hope that the sharing is stopped, sir. Please confirm.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, it's
stopped.
All right, thank you.
Actually, it was indeed an interactive session with more real-time examples. Be it your explanation on coupon codes generated using Excel, or demo of your no internet game and Mario game, or a few interesting facts on connected driverless cars, and more examples on face identity, that is computer generated face identity, plus your own bot, Viz GEK bot, where we as participants have interacted with your bot and got so many solutions. So it was indeed an interactive session, which I should say. Actually, one of the participants, Mr. Dinesh, also have commented that it was one of the interactive session. And I personally liked your just slide of your presentation. It was very good. It was very much inspiring, actually speaking. So
thank you very much, ma'am. It means a lot to me. And you all have been wonderful.
Can you start your camera, sir?
Oh yeah, once.
Thank you, Vinod.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know I was on not on the camera.
So because I was muted due to the bandwidth, your voice is getting flickering.
Okay.
I muted the video. That's why.
All right, sir.
Thank you, Vinod. I know about you. I don't want to say anything much.
Thank you. Thank you
listeners has to tell about you today. Thank you so much for joining with us on today.
My pleasure.
So I hope I'm expecting you will be with us for many more sessions on future endeavors.
Absolutely, ma'am. I have always been, and I'll continue to be, ma'am. I'll look forward.
Okay. Thank you.